your favorite diva and I. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Let the diva know you stopped by. Make sure you subscribe if you like the vibe. If this is your first time here, welcome and welcome back, Diva Squad. And so I give it 3 out of 5 stars. It knew what it was and it delivered just that. I'm doing a trailer reaction.
Here on Neither the Divas channel.
On Neither Divas channel. What's up, you guys? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Whenever this stream is hitting you, it's whatever. Okay, so if you're in the live replay or if you're in the replay crew, make sure you say hashtag replay. Okay. Hey Inga, hey everybody that's coming in. Come on in. Thank you so much, Inga. Thank you for moderating. Hey Stephen Harris, we are here, y'all. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you like the vibe. We're going to get into some things. I'm doing my top 10s of everything, so I got like best, worst, movies, shows, disappointing, surprising. It's a lot. We here for a little while and not a long time. We're just going to be here for a good time, okay? So we are going to get on in here and talk about the things. So first, y'all let me know how y'all doing. How's everyone doing? I hope you're ready for the weekend. I hope your week went well. And we're getting ready to talk about our oh no, I don't have the slide up. Okay, so my disappointing, I swear I felt like I had that slide up. Maybe I didn't download it. But y'all tell me in the comments, what movies were you looking forward to? And sometimes when you talk about disappointing movies and shows or stuff like that, you just think about them being that you have like high expectations, and they not saying that they weren't good or you didn't enjoy them, but you just thought they were going to be better. So in that vein, I just want to know, do y'all agree with my list about the disappointing? Hold on. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and oh yeah, I got it. Here it is. Disappointing movies of, and like I said, I don't want y'all to think that I'm like totally disappointed, but I just thought that they would live up to something else. And the first movie that is on the docket, I feel so bad because I did review this movie with Lamont Tyson. Y'all all know Lamont. Lamont is my boo. You know, we reviewed this movie, y'all. We did. We really did. And it was just a little let down, only because no, not that one. Only because I thought it could have been better. It just could have been better. And it's called Damsel. This is a Netflix movie. Y'all know that Netflix with their movies, usually their series, they are usually hits. But their movies are hits and misses. And not saying that it was a miss, because I did enjoy it. If y'all saw the review, check it out on the channel. Check it out on Lamont's channel. We had a good time with it, but I feel like it kind of let me down in some aspects that it could have been better. Hey, West Coast Barbara, how are you doing, sweetie? I haven't seen you here in a long time. I appreciate you coming through. Yeah, so Damsel was one of my disappointing movies, and it was only because of the way it wrapped up. It felt like, it felt like it was tonally off. I felt like they had a good groove going through act 1, act 2, but when they got to act 3, some of the things didn't make sense. And we talked about it in our review, and we was talking about, well, oh, I thought it would do this, and you can't really say that about movies, like you thought it's going to go the way you wanted to go. But at the end of the day, if you think a movie will make more sense going this way, and just your average person is sitting, well, your average person is just sitting here like, oh, I saw a way to make it better, then okay, then maybe I feel like I'm a little disappointed. So number 10 is Damsel. Y'all know the Sony universe, Craven the Hunter. Now, I was excited because the first teaser trailer that they came out with was pretty interesting. I was like, it was Red Band. It was like, was it Red Band? I don't know. Was it Red Band? I felt like it was very violent. I felt like Craven the Hunter was violent in a trailer that they first introduced us. I was like, oh, okay. Because Sony is different from Marvel, right? But they have like this contract where Sony has their thing going on. They can't include Spider-Man, but they got all of Spider-Man's villains. And so they've gone on this crusade of trying to give Spider-Man's villains their own show, i.e. Venom, i.e. Madam Web, i.e. Craven. And I had such high hopes. Then I watched like the 7-minute, the first look. I was like, oh wow. Oh wow. So I was just kind of like, oh, okay. So yeah, no, this is not gonna do it for me. And it didn't. It didn't. It was very convoluted. I kind of enjoyed the person who played his character, but I'm not gonna give too much anything on the people, the shows and the movies that disappointed me. I'm gonna keep it moving. I don't like the really trash stuff, but we're gonna go ahead and keep it moving. Here we go again with another Sony movie, right? Venom. Now, when I tell you I had a good time in a theater, but I was in IMAX, Dolby, 3D, you can hear and see clearly. And what I like about Venom was the Eddie Brock and the Venom dynamic, right? They were super funny to me, and that is what kind of hooked me with Venom. But as the movies have progressed and gone along in this trilogy, I tried to watch it at home, y'all. When I tell you I had a good time in the theater, because you can hear the banter between Eddie and Venom, and it was all good. And they had some good action scenes in there. And like I said, I thought that they was going to elevate it. Like I thought that the movie would elevate itself. However, I felt like it didn't. Like I felt like there were some elements that did elevate, but then there were some elements that did not. And when you listen to Venom and Eddie talking, if you can't hear it, and if that's what you're here for, so when I watched the movie on the stick, I'm not promoting that you watch it on the stick, but I'm saying if you watch it at home and you watch it on the stick and it's of low quality, then the back and forth between Eddie and Venom isn't as dynamic as it is if you hear it in real time, in real like IMAX, Dolby, and all that stuff or whatever. So that's what it is. Okay, so Venom is number 8. Joker 2. Folie à Deux. Okay, so with Joker, I heard all of the hype. Everybody didn't like it. However, I saw it 2 different ways. With me, I feel like in the first Joker like ushered him in. You know how like what do you call like not we're gonna just call red pill. Not all red pill men um have this archetype, but there is a archetype there in that sector where they're so awkward and they cannot find their footing in society, and he kind of was pushed into this lane, and everybody applauded it and they liked it because they related to it in some kind of way. And the first Joker, like I said, Joker number one, this particular Joker, it was like Elseworld Joker. I went up for it. It was my number one movie of that year. I don't remember what year it was, but this Joker, this Joker to me felt like it was kind of grounding him back down to who he was. And who Joker was before he was Joker was Arthur Fleck. And Arthur Fleck was a loser. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you what it is. So he was a loser. And yeah, so he could not keep on with the persona of what they hyped him in and what he grew into. And so this Joker 2 movie kind of like reduced him down to exactly who he was. And a lot of people didn't like that. And however, why people didn't like that, I understood it because you know, um, I have people in my family who aren't the flyers, they not the whatever, whatever. But I understood the story. And I like in-depth stories like that where we can see both sides of it. But then I think that what the first Joker just really kind of put him up on this pedestal, and I feel like the musical, you shouldn't have did that. I feel like what he could have done to make this a better movie, even stick with the themes of showcasing the loser off the Fleck. They could have did it in a different way. They could have did it with dialogue and showing something instead of doing it like a musical. A lot of people don't like musicals. Hey, D Movie Man, I didn't see you in there. Hey, boo. Yes, it did. When I watched the final, I was like, oh no. But I had a good time in the theater because I could see I'm about the banter. I was about to banter. So yeah. But yeah, it was a snooze fest. Like if you don't hear it clearly, then you're not gonna have the laughs, you're not gonna enjoy it and all the good things. So I appreciate you coming through here and giving your opinion on Venom. So with Jokers, what I'm saying, why it's disappointing to me, and it might be on my worst list. I don't know. We'll see. But I just felt like it was a better way to tell the story. Same way I felt about Venom, the same way I felt about Damsel. I felt like there were some moments that you could really have captured. And like a lot of times they have plot points that they just kind of leave to the side, and it doesn't serve the story. I feel like Joker did that. I feel like Damsel did that. Yeah. So that's it with that. I feel like I understood what the director was trying to do, but I felt like the execution was lacking. So let's keep pushing forward. Y'all, when I tell you this was on my most anticipated list and how he disappointed me. Who did this movie? It's a black guy. I want to say Lee Daniels. Is it Lee Daniels? Baby, when I tell you there were some moments, but just like with Tyler Perry, I'm not going to give it to you just on merit. I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm too old. I'm pushing 50. I'm Get somebody else to do it. Get somebody else to do it. When I tell you, now this is watchable. This is rewatchable. You can watch this a couple of times and get some laughs, get some chuckles, do the things. But baby, when I tell you this movie was not that girl, it had the potential, but I feel like I don't know what Lee Dang. I'm still trying to figure. I'm still trying to figure out Glenn Close. Are you kidding me? Monique. Okay, I'm Monique. I'm gonna go ahead and give you that. You can take that. You've been blackballed. I'm gonna give you this one. But Glenn Close, baby. Not a, what would I call her? A Karen, girl, a cosplay Karen. Oh, it was just too much. I'm sorry, I cannot. He was, listen, the movie man said when Lee Daniels talking about how happy he was, yes, I can smell your nappy. Oh my. When I tell you this movie was a shit show, that's just what I meant. Like when you have Andra Day, she's still new to the thing or whatever. We got Monique, Oscar winner Monique, Oscar winner Glenn Close, Andra Day, and who's the other girl down there? I can't see. Child, I tried to erase it from my memory. I tried to erase it from my memory. Baby, when I tell you I had to watch it a couple of times, I was like, I know Lee Daniels did not do this. Oh shit, hold on. What the hell's going on? Oh God, I'm messing up my own shit. Anyway. Right. The real life, like when I finished watching this movie, I swear they said it was based on a true story. I went to the Googler. I'm Googling and Googling and Googling. There was no white fish involved. So what in the hell are we doing? You know, I feel like a lot of times I feel like maybe he's taking a page out of Tyler Perry book and he's going for shock value. He wants to be a shock jock. And so maybe that's what it was, but I'm still questioning Glenn Close on her decisions, her life decisions, and I'm sitting up here like, are you really doing this? Is this well, I mean, she is up in age, but maybe that's not the heel that she's gonna. But I just felt like, oh no. But I've been seeing a trend in that, y'all. Have y'all been seeing a trend where either Oscar winners, Oscar worthy, Oscar nominated people have been taking shots on subpar movies? And Like, I feel like that's a disservice to people who watch movies and know your works. Like, yeah, you can say it, and the regular movie going audience doesn't really understand and respect it. But at the end of the day, when you sit up there and play in a movie like that, and the movie is so laughable, let me get off Deliverance. I'm gonna get off the yo. Kiki Wyatt's mama could have played that she could have played that role instead of Glenn Close. But like I said, they did it for her name, and yeah, just her name. So I mean, I felt like it was a disservice. Did y'all see the Brandy movie called The Front Room? The Front Room. I said, okay, Brandy is playing in it. I was like, okay, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get into it or whatever. Oh, hold on. I don't think I sent the link to my best friend. She might be asleep. Who knows? Anyway, The Front Room. The Front Room was yikes. I don't know. I felt like it could have been a short. I felt like Brandy didn't have to play in it. I felt like, I don't know, it was just bad. It was bad, y'all. Like, it's gonna be on my worst of 2024. But I think I felt away because I thought, Brent, like when you get certain people to play in your movies, it kind of elevates your expectations. Not saying, excuse me. I'm not saying that, I think Brandy is an Oscar worthy given performances, but I just didn't think that she would sign on to something like that. Baby, when I tell you doo-doo and boo-boo and foolishness and fuckery happen in this movie, like I said, these movies are on my disappointing list because I felt like they could have been done better. Does that make sense? I just felt like they could have been done better. Like, I feel like, like right now in the era that we in 2025, like, 2025, but this was 2024. I feel like they could do better. Like, I feel like, is AI writing this? Like, what is going what's going on? I just want to know what's going on. West Coast Barbie, which one did you see? Was it Deliverance? Because I just started talking about The Front Room. Hey, Khadijah, how you doing, sweetie? She got done dirty. I was just like, yikes. Like, who thought that this movie, as a full-blown movie that went to theaters, like, who is making the decisions to send this to theaters or to streaming? Like, thank you, Khadijah. I appreciate it. It does not, like, no. We never need to see that on a movie screen. I mean, unless it's like The Exorcist. I mean, which it could have possibly been. But no. The execution says that's a lie. Yes, no. Did not like that movie. Like, for some reason, I don't know. Like, y'all let me know if this is what you were talking. Like, when I was sitting up here and I was like, I'm gonna sit up here and watch it. It gave me little sprinkles of Hereditary, and if y'all don't know, Hereditary is one of my favorite horror movies. Like elevated horror and all of the like acting, all of the things. So it was giving me like some sprinkles of it, and I was like, okay. And I just kept on watching and watching and watching. And baby, I was just like, throw the whole shit in the trash, okay? Now, I know a lot of people like Rob Peace. Rob Peace has the guy that plays in Tulsa King, and he did a bad job in Tulsa King. He did an equally bad job in Rob Peace. Matter of fact, like I said, we got what is his name? Chewy Toe Edge Fort, something. We have that guy over there, right beside Mary J. Mary J. So when I say y'all be putting people in these movies, and I be sitting up here and child, when I tell you we watched this on Thanksgiving Day, this was on Thanksgiving Day. Everybody was like, "What the hell is this?" Listen, the story on paper to some people may sound good. When I say some people, I mean people who are still kind of conditioned by the Black community and their struggles and their stripes and all that stuff, and like they're trying to paint this narrative of the hardships that goes on in the Black community. And I feel like those people probably will gravitate to this movie. However, the acting was trash, the script was trash, just overall execution. Sorry. I was sitting up here, I was just like, right, you so D said he saw this at Sundance and he wanted to like it more. And I did too, because I kept hearing buzz and buzz and buzz. I'm like, oh yeah, so we all sitting around watching, eating our food for Thanksgiving. I'm like, well, let me put this movie on. Rob Peace, everybody, I've been hearing good things and da 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 da. However, we hear people talk good about Tyler Perry too. So I mean, if we on a Tyler Perry tip, then maybe this will do something for you. But this movie absolutely did. It bombed for me. I was like, I could barely get through it, but I did want to see it to the end to see what happened. And then even still, because even if you okay, so let me give you a comparison. Queen and Slim. Hated it. Not saying the movie wasn't decent, not saying it's not going to appeal to some people, but at the end of the day, I just hated it. I just hated the execution. I just hated it. Just didn't like it. Didn't like it. And I'm not going to keep on like harping on it or whatever. We got a lot to get through. And so let's go ahead and do it. Not you going to need Mary J. Listen, what did she did good in that other Netflix movie. What was that movie called? Is it called Underground? Is it called I can't remember, but I felt like she did a good job in one of them Netflix movies. And I think she got some awards for it. So I mean, I ain't gonna give her too much, but I feel like it's just like the same thing about getting these people in these roles and getting our hype up, and it just doesn't deliver. No. Yeah, it's based on a true story. That's what I'm saying. I was just like, I understand that it, like, I just felt like the execution was just like subpar. It felt like somebody not submitting something to a film festival, but like an amateur type of situation. So, yeah. Me too. I can't. Queen and Slim was another, what I keep trying to tell you, don't keep getting these people like now. I feel like it's such a reoccurrence that they're doing that I feel like it's purposeful. Like they're trying to get people back into the movie theaters. And so the people are sitting up here like, listen, they're not coming to the movies no more. So we're going to have to band together, get in these movies that ain't shit, and try to get these people to the movie theaters so that we can try to make some money so we can further our career. I feel like maybe that is what is happening. Is that what's happening? I don't know. Yeah, Mudbound. There it is. Okay. D said it. Mudbound. You haven't seen it? Look, it's not rewatchable. That's why I don't even know what it is. But I felt like the role that she played in Mudbound, she did phenomenal. Phenomenal. Yeah. No. You know how people get typecast, and sometimes people just kind of fall into things. But Borderlands, is this a video game? It felt like a video game. I'm not into it. I was disappointed. The only reason why I halfway watched it, most of the time I was on my phone. Because it did not hold my attention and it was stupid as fuck. The Watchers, watching paint dry. Next. Now listen. I know y'all is surprised because Divorce in the Black is my number one. Y'all, when I tell you that Tyler Perry done tapped on my last nerve, this nigga done tapped on my last nerve. I can't do it. I can't do it no more. I can't do it, TP. Can't do it. I need you to do better. And I know you could do better. But as long as people keep watching this garbage that you keep putting out, then you're going to keep on putting it out. The only thing that I liked about Divorce in the Black is that she got his ass in the end. And that's what it is. Okay. But listen, disappointed. I thought this whole little, like I said, this whole shock jock thing or whatever that they're trying to do, hang it up, flat screen. I'm not here for the foolishness. Do you hear me? I'm not here for it. I'm not here for it. Like I said, there were some moments. It does have rewatchability, same like Deliverance. But first of all, the white critics ain't even gonna talk about us. Okay. And I know people kind of like, well, why you going down on a black creator and whoop-de whoop-de whoop. I'm saying this to try to appeal to his better side to make him try to do a little bit better. Like, I know it's in him. I know he got it, but he's just doing too much. He only got two hands. Like, I don't know if he writing with his feet, his eyelashes, his nose, his lips. Like, I don't know what the hell Tyler Perry is writing with and trying to create, executive produce, and all these things or whatever. But I feel like I need him to take his time and like produce some quality shit. However, I do know that there is a market, and that is the market that he goes for. And so, whatever. And that's why you're number one on the list. Okay. All right. Okay, so D said he can't stand Kevin Hart. So you wasn't interested. Okay. Yes, but it was the other people, the cat, the Jamie. Yes. It was a mess. Yes. Okay. So I thought, I was just like, what is this foolishness? Don't know. Whatever. Okay. So let's go ahead and pull this back. And we are getting ready to get into my surprising movies. Now, my surprising movies were better than I expected, but not all of them will be, even though I was happy with them, they won't be on my top 10 list or whatever. But I felt like, I mean, I know how some people end up doing like a what do they call it? Like a the runners up, the honorable mentions. Okay, so yeah, so the honorable mentions. So this is like my kind of honorable mention, something that I want to talk about because I wasn't able to do reviews for whatever reason. Don't know whatever reason it was. I mean, last year was a hard year for me. So, um, hold on. Let me go to my okay. So let's go Sonic 3. Y'all, I enjoyed Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3. I thought that they were going to miss the mark. However, the best thing they could have did was change the way Sonic looked. I remember when the first Sonic came out, everybody was like, what the is this? And I love, like, not that I love that it happened. I love that sometimes the people, the calamity and the what do you call it? Like, what was it? Selective outrage. Like sometimes when the selective outrage does something that can cause a change and a change for the better, I think that that's a win for the movie going audience. I know that you want artists to kind of have their vision and stuff like that, but what if the animator just did something totally fucked up that you didn't like? What if so not saying that we changed the story, but we just changed the way Sonic looked and everybody liked Sonic after that. If they went with the Sonic that they first initially did, baby, when I tell you this would have been some trash. But the fact that I feel like the fact that they changed Sonic, this made it a more enjoyable experience for the people. Okay. So yeah, let's see. You like this, you doing bottom. I'm trying. I'm trying. Yes, 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 yes. I definitely, but the Book of Clarence is it was so early on in the year, in the January, people throw January movies in the garbage. This January 2025, I would say would be the best January, January like slots of movies. Like I have not complained about the movies of January. I feel like January pretty much did a really, really good job in 2025, but we talking about 2024. Anyway, so yes, let's see. You like that? Okay. Nice over Egypt. Okay. Okay. Baby, when I tell you they dragged that initial Sonic, I loved it. But sometimes, oops, sorry, my microphone. Do y'all still hear me? Do I need to check it? Can y'all still hear me? My microphone failed. Testing. Okay. Yeah, it's still here. Okay, so yes, when that first Sonic, some people said no ma'am, no ma'am, no pay. And like I said, had they went forward with that Sonic and not listen, like I said, I know you want to listen to the artist, but like I said, I feel like that might have been the animators. My bad. Like, okay, let's go back to the drawing board. Let's try to figure this out. So I feel like that's how this Sonic came to be. And good for them because thanks to Jim Carrey, I definitely enjoyed it. I thought he was great as the character. Don't ask me his name. I don't know it. but I thought he was great as the villain. And we got Idris Elba, baby, the red one over there, absolutely great. Like, I thought everything was great about the trilogy. It's animated, and I'm not a big animated person, so there's that. I'm not a big animated person. Oh, thanks, D. I appreciate it. Okay, so next one, piano lesson. Now, piano lesson is not going to appeal to a lot of people. It's just not. It's not one of the movies that's going to appeal to a lot of people. But what I found was stand out for me in a piano lesson, and that's why it's on the surprising list, is the performance by Danielle Deadwyler. And she was overlooked for Till. I think her work in Till even surpassed this, but for some reason, piano lesson seemed to get her a little bit more critical acclaim. Hey V, hey Boo, I haven't seen you in a long time. Hey Boo, how you doing? So I haven't seen I haven't seen V in a long time. Okay, that's not where I was going with this, but I thought that Till would get her more. However, the subject matter, I think that's what held her back from getting the critical acclaim, because of course, white men don't want to, we don't want to put no spotlight on the shit that the white man did, you know what I'm saying? And I felt like it was for us. It was for us, the Black people, to try to push Till in the way that it should have been pushed, but it wasn't. But in piano lesson, she did her damn thing in here. I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was surprising. It was different. Yeah, it was different. It was done by Denzel Washington and his whole family. Both his sons, his wife was in it. Like, when I tell you it was a family corroboration, okay, I was like, all right. So I was not mad at it. You know what I'm saying? Yes, that brother, that fast talking brother. Who's that guy? Denzel's son. He's in a lot of movies right now, but that fast talking son, like when somebody saw fast talking me, I'm like, get out of my face. Like, I ain't got time. I ain't got time. I think maybe Danielle Deadwyler doesn't get her flowers because she started out in Tyler Perry movies, or shows rather. Um, who was she? She was in the Have and Have Nots. I feel like she started there, and she was like the ghetto talking sister to one of the villains and child, but she has proven herself to be that girl. So I can't wait for her to start getting her flowers. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. But if you haven't checked out Piano Lesson, it is on Netflix. Kato Lake, y'all. Now listen, this is a little different. Like, what can I explain this movie to? I don't know. I think that's why it was surprising to me, because I felt like I kind of went in semi-blind, and well, totally blind. I mean, I just got like some hype, like, check out Kato. I'm like, okay, I got Max. We watching House of the Dragon and shit. So I got Max. Okay, I can check it out. And what I liked about it was the suspense. I felt like the suspense had me, it had me invested. I was like, oh yeah. Kato Lake, it was very well acted. What I will say, let's see, Kato Lake kind of reminded me a little bit of how what is that show with the guy from The Best Man. The black from on MGM, y'all, where there's a mystery and we're going. I don't want to do too much. If y'all want to, I feel like it's best to go in blind. But if you like From, possibly Yellow Jackets, it's one of those like mysteries that you just sitting up here, you watching like Manifest, like Lost, like one of those type movies, like shows, movies, or whatever. So I enjoy Kato Lake. So I was surprised by it, but like I said, I didn't have any kind of expectations. So a lot of times when you don't have expectations, then you can pretty much enjoy the movie. Now y'all know I'm simple, right? Now listen. According to current events with this nigga with the orange Cheeto, but I already made this goddamn list. I didn't pull him off the list. But goddamn it. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this movie. This is, you know how sometimes like you want to go to sleep with something funny on and you just put it on so you just be in a good mood or something like that. Like this is one of those ones that you kind of just put on to go to sleep and you can, you drifting off to sleep and next thing you know, you hear like a little funny line or whatever. Whatever. So I had a good time with it. Mike Epps played in it as well. But it was pretty good to me. Anyway, moving on. Surprising movies of 2024. Now, this might be a hot take for y'all, but actually, I enjoyed this one more than the original with Patrick Swayze. Is that a hot take? Is that a hot take for anybody? It might be a hot take, but the only thing that I really enjoyed about the original that they didn't put that element in the remake was that older guy with the gray hair. Oh, he had like the best white man gray hair cut. Oh my God, what is his name? Y'all know who it is, but he was like a mentor to Patrick Swayze's character. And I think that is the only thing that was missing from this Roadhouse. If they had incorporated that character, this Roadhouse would have been leaps and bounds above the original. But, of course, Patrick Swayze, rest in peace. You know how that goes. But anyway, I enjoyed it. It was really good for me. Okay, Beverly Hills Cop. This is my surprising. This is not my best of. Okay, so we're talking about a movie that is like 30 years in the making. You know what I'm saying? So Eddie Murphy returning back to be Axel Foley in Beverly Hills Cop 4. Listen, I thought it was good enough. I'm sorry. I might be on the limb with the Coming to America sequel, baby. No. No to Coming to America 2, but yes to Beverly Hills Cop Axel F. I thought it was good. I thought they incorporated enough of the old nostalgic stuff to keep you hanging on, and I was here for it. I thought it was good. I hated his daughter. Oh my God. She was so annoying. And I was like, girl, if you don't get the I understand that you need to have some contention there, but to me, it just didn't line up with his character. It just didn't. It didn't. And so that was like my only bad thing about Beverly Hills Cop. Now listen, when I tell you Abigail, Abigail was good. Abigail was good. I feel like the either the studio, the creators, whoever was trying to market this movie kind of did a disservice by marketing this movie as I felt like they gave it away. Y'all, they gave the plot away. I feel like had I not known that, this would have been awesome sauce. I just went to go see Companion today. And I didn't know what Companion was about. What I'm telling you is that sometimes when you don't know what a movie is about, that is when you have the best experience. And so a lot of times that's when when I talk about things, I don't like to give a lot of detail. I like to try to talk about it, but not give too much. But listen, Abigail's been out about a year, y'all. If y'all haven't seen Abigail, I want y'all to look at it. If y'all don't know, this little girl is sitting down around all this blood or whatever. I don't know if you've been under a rock or whatever. However, I don't want to say it for some reason. I don't want to say it because I feel like if you watch this and I tell you to watch it, then you're not going to have the same experience that I had. But I just want y'all to have a good experience. But like I said, watch it. Just watch it. Like, I don't even want to talk about it. The acting was great. The action was great. The horror elements and how they filmed it, cinematography, the atmosphere, fantastic. I'm not gonna give y'all too much because, like I said, if you know too much, then you may go in ruin. So don't watch the trailers and don't listen to it. Just go watch it, okay? Now, y'all, I'm sorry. Because I'm not a person. Hey, Erica. Hey, boo. That's my auntie Erica, y'all. You saw Companion today? I saw Companion. Yes. It was good. Wasn't it good? I enjoyed it. Yes. That's all I was just like. That's what I said. I'm going to move on. We at Transformers 1. Y'all, when I tell you, a lot of times my son can actually inspire my inner child. He did that with Five Nights at Freddy. I know a lot of people like crapped and boo-booed on Five Nights at Freddy. And I get it. But I didn't have a problem with it. I had no attachment to it in its original form. I don't care. I felt like the story was fine. I could follow the story. I felt like the story was fine. Same thing with Transformers 1. Now, I do have a little bit more history with Transformers. And like I said, my son will, like, his excitement will, like spark my inner child. And when I tell you, when I was watching this movie, because let's be clear, I did not like none of the trailers. He was like, Mom, did you see the trailer for da 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 da? No. I mean, I saw it, but I barely looked at it for like 15, 20 seconds. Like, it didn't capture me. But when I tell you this movie, I don't fire your marketing team, because I mean, it could be a two-edged sword. The way you market a movie, you may not get enough eyeballs on it, i.e. Abigail. However, But if you mismarket it, then you will lose out on people that you really could have like hooked, because Transformers is like a really great property other than Michael Bay turn it down into the ground, underneath the ground. That aside, when people say they want to see um the animals, the electronics, the people, the monsters to have their movie, that's what this was. This was their movie. There was no humans. There was no human side characters and stuff. Like, you were like engulfed in this story. And the story is about Megatron and Optimus Prime, how they started off as best friends, and how they it was like their backstory of how they ended up where they were. Baby, when I tell you, I felt like the pacing was good. I felt like everything was good. Like the things that was happening, I was like, I was so enthralled and everything. But like I said, I feel like my son was giving me some energy as well. You know, I feel like my son was giving me some energy as well, but I was fully engaged in this movie, and this movie blew me away. It was fantastic. It was fantastic because for me, I'm a more empathic person. I'm a more you got to get me with the story rather than just the action and what is actually happening. So I'm more of a story person. So that is, baby, when I tell that movie was everything. Yeah, yes, Erica, me, Simone, Kevin, we all were standing around talking about that movie for at least 15-20 minutes. So definitely know Five Nights at Freddy's did that. The trailer was terrible. Have you seen it? It was good. It's on my list too. It's on my list. But Transformers 1. Who is this guy? Guy Ritchie. Guy Ritchie. Now y'all know Guy Ritchie has a particular style and a particular type of movie and like a story he likes to tell. I pretty much enjoy all of them. I do. I enjoy Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. The only thing that I will give you a caveat about this movie is that even though enjoyable, good pacing, good things going on or whatever, turn off disbelief. Turn off some of the things. You know how when you say that the people are like superhuman, or like, are they like Superman and all this other stuff? That is my only caveat. However, I thought the story was great. I thought the story, where it was going, the mission, all the things, but I just would have liked to have like some different stakes. You know, when everybody feels like they're on top of the world and you're superhuman and nobody can beat you, it kind of makes the movie stale. Just like when you watch football and basketball games, and if it's a fucking blowout, we're not saying that's a good game, right? I mean, unless that's your team, you know what I'm saying? That's not a good game. We don't want a blowout. So I feel like the only thing that this movie was really missing for me was some stakes. Like, I felt like the team was like superhuman. Like, I wanted to see them get their asses beat just a little bit. Just get me on the edge of my seat, but at the same time, it is what it is. Okay. Beekeeper, y'all. I know y'all probably like Beekeeper, but this is another January movie that look, Jason Statham does what Jason Statham does. Okay. And I thought this was a good movie because I like the espionage, the spy element, the different things that was going on. I felt like I was like, okay, I'm kind of intrigued. Let's see where this goes or whatever. And so I was just like, okay, I was cool with the Beekeeper. I thought the action was done well. We had Felicia Rashad in there. We had him in there. I thought the action was phenomenal. And that is why I kind of really liked it. Like, if you know me, like I'm a John Wick fan. I am like, did y'all see The Monkey Man? The Monkey Man, I like really good action and not just like like I like hand-to-hand combat. So I felt like Beekeeper kind of did the things that I kind of just like went up for. Not saying it's like Oscar worthy or nothing like that, but I thought that the movie was really good, really entertaining, kept you locked in all of the things or whatever. So one of my friends said the same thing. Oh, okay, you said that. Okay, and your husband liked the movie. Okay, cool. So yeah, so Beekeeper is one for me that was very, very and the Book of Clarence. Now, the Book of Clarence, like at the beginning, January movies. Now, I feel like the Book of Clarence could have ended up on my list, but because it was so long ago, I was like, let me put it on my surprising list. And because it's number one, that says a lot about it. Like, it just barely made my top 10 list or whatever. But when I tell you I was over the moon about the Book of Clarence, again, not saying like, I wonder, does the Book of Clarence have rewatchability after I saw how it panned out? Like, I like it for the laughs, and I like it when it starts to get a little serious. Like, I think that's what I liked about it. It had the ebbs and flows, and I don't think that it was like a misfire with the tonal shifts. Like, I feel like they was like in the pocket with the tonal shifts, you know, like almost like did y'all see the Keke Palmer and SZA movie called One of Them Days? Like, we do know that there was some serious things that was happening, but they still kept the funny with it, and it was kind of like a nice little cute little balance or something. I don't know. I don't think that that's a good comparison, but I feel like that I really enjoyed the Book of Clarence. I really enjoyed it. Like, Kevin, he was like, where's the rest of the movie? I'm like, nigga, we've been in this movie theater for like 2 hours and 15 minutes. He talking about where the rest of it at. So look, we talking about a 14-year-old talking about where the rest of the movie. I think that we kind of hit a little like we did something a little good or whatever. So I enjoyed the Book of Clarence. So I hope y'all enjoyed my surprising movies of 2024. Let me go ahead and get my best shows, my worst movies loaded up. I need to take a little break. I gotta pee. Sorry for being blunt, but I definitely need to take a small little break, and I'll be right back, y'all. Get your drinks. y'all, I'm back. I'm back. Y'all get y'all stuff? Did I lose too many of y'all? Make sure y'all are liking up the video. That's the least you can do. Coming into my house, okay? Since we are talking about the bad things, let's go ahead and keep it moving with the bad things. Okay, we're gonna do the worst movies. I'm not gonna do a whole lot. Okay, we're not gonna do a whole lot. You know, a lot of that stuff probably was already touched on. Oh, most of that stuff was already touched on. Craven, Venom, Raw Peace, Joker, Deliverance, Front Room, Borderlands, Watchers. Look, for some reason, let me talk about The Crow. The Crow made my number one on the worst movie list because when I tell you, for some reason, I already knew it wasn't going to live up to the hype. Number one, it wasn't going to live up to the hype. They did a piss poor job. They did a piss poor job at getting this. It's just a no. It's just a no. It's just a no. The Crow, oh my God, it was bad. It was bad. It was bad. I sat up there and I downloaded all that for what? It was nothing. Okay, let's talk about TV shows. We talked about movies for long enough. My auntie Erica, she wants to know about my shows. So let's go ahead and talk about my favorite shows of 2024. Okay, so I got it downloaded. Let me get it up in TV shows. I'm so excited about TV. TV was good last year. Hey, Miss AKA. Hey, boo. The Watchers snooze fest. Snooze fest. Okay, we getting ready to talk about the best TV shows of 2024. Y'all, it was some good stuff on TV. Oh my God, so good. Let me go to the bottom. Okay, now I don't know if y'all watch this. This is like if you're into murder mysteries and stuff like that. Under the Bridge on Hulu was really, 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 really good. Really good. Did you like Matlock? I didn't watch that. I didn't watch Matlock or Found, but I did like the first season of Found, Miss AKA. It was so good. When I tell you, like, it comes with a caveat. You can't even believe that there are some people on this earth that are so hideous in the things that they do. But I love the way they told the story. Now, y'all make sure y'all watch this while y'all are paying attention. There's a lot of jumping back and forth. And so it can get a little convoluted. So make sure you're watching this show when you're able to watch the show. If you don't have your attention on, don't try to watch this show because the show requires your attention in order for you to get the things. Same thing, Paradise. I'm loving Paradise right now, but you have to. Do you know how many times I watched Paradise? I had to watch it a couple of times. That jumping back and forth, it does that. Thank you, boo. I appreciate it. Now, Presumed Innocent. Oh, this show, and this is on Apple TV. And I know a lot of people don't have Apple TV or, but Apple TV does have some good shows, but they are I don't want to say they highbrow. They do specialize in sci-fi. So if you're not a sci-fi girly or a sci-fi watcher, then maybe this won't, that Apple TV won't appeal to you. Presume Innocent, it was just a crime drama. It was like a court crime drama type movie. It was not like all the stuff like Silo and all the things that they have on there, but they do have some good dramas in there as well. You loved it too? So good. Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, you enjoy Matlock? Okay. I'll take that because I do love Kathy Bates. I do love her, but for some reason, because I can't remember the original, but what kind of reminded me of what could be a Matlock movie. I can't remember what it was, but it was that girl that plays. Damn it! She played in that movie. She played in a show that came on, I want to say either FX or Hulu, and she had red hair. She was like a redhead, and she had glasses on, and she could predict the future, or she could see if people were lying. And I really enjoyed that show. I cannot think of it for the life of me. But the girl played in Orange is the New Black. What is her name? Because as soon as I pull it up, I'll be able to find it for you. I really enjoyed her playing in that. Natasha Lyonne. What is that she played in? Poker Face. There it is. Poker Face. You know what Matlock reminds me of, and I just watched Poker Face and I enjoyed it, but I didn't watch the remake of Matlock. Poker Face. Yes, D, you got it right there, boo. Okay, bye, boo. I appreciate you coming through. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna check it out since everybody think is pretty good. Okay, so let's see. Jackal. Have y'all watched Jackal? Jackal is good. Jackal is my partner's type of show, along with the Night Agent. Jackal, that's what they like. They like stuff like that. When I tell you, my girl right here, good stuff. Good stuff. It was interesting. Lashana Lynch. Now, she wasn't my favorite of the show. I will say that the guy who played the Jackal really stole the show for me. Eddie Redmayne, he stole the show for me. Lashana Lynch, fine. She was fine in the show, but it was Eddie Redmayne for me. It really, really was. I really enjoyed Jackal. So make sure you watch Jackal. It was worth every minute that you watched of it, okay? Cross. Number 7 is Cross. We have, oh my goodness, all our chocolatey men. Let me see what his name. Aldous Hodge. Oh, child, I was on a interview with the villain of the show. What is his name? What's his name? Johnny Ray Gill. He played Bobby Trey in it. So yes, I actually went on the Spot Real Talk and I spoke with him and we talked about his character and all that stuff. But Cross was really good. I actually like Cross over the old school Morgan Freeman Cross. and I liked it better than the Tyler Perry cross, of course, you know, I mean. But you know, that's not hard. But I love the twists and the turns. The only thing that I didn't really care for, like when I first started watching it, I felt like they was off at the races too fast, and I feel like they didn't build the story up. They kind of started the story at the event that kind of, you know, I was just like, yeah, no, this is too fast. Like I need some build up. But then they went back and they filled in a lot of the backstory. And so that's what saved it for me. However, Cross was a great show for me. I enjoyed it. Of course, you know, I have to put House of the Dragon on here. Okay, you know, I am a Game of Thrones fanatic. It just is what it is. Even though House of the Dragon didn't do what the girls needed it to do, you know what I'm saying? We still gonna put it on there because we still have some good TV on there. Okay. All right. Let's see. Lioness, y'all. Oh my God. This season, it was better. It was better than the first season. And that's hard because the first season was good. The first season was good, but I think that this season took it up a notch. This season took it up a notch. When I tell you that Zoe Saldana did her goddamn thing, she did her big one in this. Like she was telling and putting them niggas in their place. I loved every minute of it. There was like some big stakes that was going on. There was a lot of parallels that's going on with our current government and the show. It was fantastic. I absolutely loved it. I absolutely loved it. What I want to know, do y'all think do you see this going on for some seasons, or do you think that they are going to try to wrap this up because you know Zoe Saldana, she's been nominated for Oscars, or do you think she'll continue to do this TV thing even though it's critically acclaimed and people like it and it's been a hit? Do you think that she will, because of the whole Amelia Perez thing, do you think that she will kind of pivot from this and move on? Because in this show, it felt like they were trying to write her out and see and catch the temperature to see how you feel about this show if she wasn't in it. Because yeah, the stakes was high as giraffe pussy. The stakes was up there. Okay, the stakes was staking. Okay, so anyway, number 4, Baby Reindeer. Did y'all watch Baby Reindeer? Baby, I did a video on Baby Reindeer, and the reason why I love this show is because it shows how messy it is to be a victim. There are no perfect victims. Yes, you could have played a different part. However, it does not release the person from what they did. And so I love seeing that messiness where you could just like, oh my God, I feel for him, but why didn't he do this? Why didn't he do that? It was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. And then it was like based on the guy who played the role. It was based on his story, and he wrote it and he starred in it. And yeah. So it's very messy. It's very messy, but I think he set out to do what he was supposed to do, and I thought he did a great job. The execution was spot on, and it just needs to be highlighted a little bit more. Baby Reindeer was phenomenal. I do trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning. You know, it's kind of like how you get enamored by the glitz and the glam and you get sucked in and then you in a whole mind fuck of what is actually happening and going on. But Baby Reindeer was the shit, but you make sure you watch it if you didn't. But that is my number 4. The next one was the Penguin. Yes, yes, yes. The Penguin. The Penguin was really, really good. I was on a panel with Inga, Tamika's Den, Amuchi, Torian Reloaded. Yeah. It was Detroit Kings. Like we all were on that panel. I think Miss Kara was on there a couple of times or more than me. I don't know. But that was a phenomenal show. That was a phenomenal show. Now I like the Batman more than most. I did like the Batman more than most people because the Batman, the one with the guy from what is that called? Not the Vampire Diaries. It's like the vampire thing or whatever. That guy. What's his name? Shit, I can't even think of him. But oh, my standout was Christian Milioti. She plays Sophia Falcone, baby. What's the name of the Batman dude? I want to say Batman. What's the name? I feel like I got it on the tip of my fucking tongue. I hate that shit. Pattinson. Robert Pattinson. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know when I go off the dome, it's crazy. Anyway, Robert Pattinson played the Batman in the Batman movie, and the new Batman movie was a little bit more truer to the comic books, where he was like this master detective, and they went along those lines with this storyline. And so when you're talking about detective and you're talking about detective work, it's a little bit more slow burn, but you still got your villains, you still got your people, you still got all of the things. But for some reason, people weren't really into the whole the slower Batman. You know, I mean, I guess if you go from Batman Begins and Batman Returns and the one that um the guy who died, Heath Ledger playing. So I mean, you go into this one kind of like a slow burn. It's a little different. It's a little different. But when I tell you that Colin Farrell was unrecognizable, Christian Milioti, when I tell you, they said that this show was about Penguin. When I tell you Christian Milioti came up there and broke up the shit. When I tell you she broke the shit up, it was like, no, this is my motherfucking show. That's what Kristen Milioti, Sophia Falcone came in here and said, this is my show. Frances Oswald's mother, played by Deirdre Connell. Oh my God, it was so good. Victor, oh my God. When I tell you this was a tragic story and it wasn't about an anti-hero. Hello, Sony. Sony, how about you watch The Penguin? No. The Penguin was about the Penguin absolutely being the villain. Absolutely, hands down. No question about it. No trying to make him out to be an anti-hero, baby. When I tell you Colin Farrell, Oswald Cobblepot Penguin was the villain of the show. It was refreshing. You know what I'm saying? It was refreshing to see a villain really be a villain without his nemesis. So we got Batman, we got the Batman, but the Penguin is over here in his part of Gotham doing his own shenanigans. Baby, when I tell you that show was fantastic, and I'm surprised it's as high as it could be on my list because, baby, when I tell you the top two, okay, let's get to it. Let me get to the Interview with the Vampire, y'all. When I tell y'all I am so in love with this show, and not for the reasons that y'all might think it is. Like y'all probably like, oh, Nita, she don't love, and she just men. She think men don't. She don't like men, and da da da. Listen. I love love. I do. I love love, and I understand love can be messy boots, messy boots. However, I love when the drama is dramaing. Like it was like really, really good. The stat, oh my god, baby. When I tell you, which I like, do y'all like season 1 or season? I don't know what I like. I don't know what I like. I don't know which one I like better. I like them both equally. And before I give y'all my number one, I want to give you a runner up, Agatha All Along. And it's along these lines. It's along these lines of the Interview with the Vampire, where you can see kind of like both sides, and that's when you get good storytelling where everybody's side is fully fleshed out. When you're leaving out somebody's side, I don't think that that's good storytelling for me. When you're able to execute everyone's side, and you could be like, oh, I'm torn with this person, oh, I'm torn with the stat, oh, I'm torn with all of these people. Like when I tell you, Interview with the Vampire blew my mind this season. Yes, it left nair crumbs. When I tell you, this show so good. Now I can do my number one and my two interchangeably. I actually think Interview with the Vampire is more rewatchable for me, because I rewatched season 1 a couple of times and I rewatched 2 a couple of times. But what I will tell you is that I have not gone back to watch my number one show, which I did weekly reviews on Shogun. Oh my God. Shogun was absolutely phenomenal. When I watched Shogun was absolutely phenomenal. I like complex stories. I like historic stories. That's why I'm like really, really into Game of Thrones, into Vikings, into Shogun. I'm into Vampire, Interview with the Vampire. I'm into historical tales. Baby, when I tell you Shogun, like I didn't have no idea about Shogun before I like ventured into it. It was good. It was so good. It was so good. Even though I had trouble trying to remember the names, I had trouble trying to pronounce the names. I'm trying to understand the Japanese. I'm trying to understand the Chinese, the Linguanese, even still, with all of that, it was still good. So that is my 1 to 10 list. And then I didn't I give y'all like an honorary mention. So with that, let me go ahead and get my best of list up so we can get out of here. Okay, I think I did like 5 lists already, and I'm at an hour and 30 minutes. Okay, so let's get to my best. Y'all not even gonna believe my best list. Like when I re-looked at my best list, I do like them. I like them for real. I do like them, but I critically, what I'm trying to say is that critically, I don't think that they kind of fare up there with the critics. But these are the ones that felt good to me, rewatchability, or either of importance that you need to see. So, with that being said, it's gonna be a little bit different. It's just gonna be a little bit different. You probably won't like, oh, Nita, you really thought that? No, 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 no. So you may be like, oh no, I didn't think that that's what what you would think. Okay, somebody texting me. Tamisa, girl, how you texting me, asking me if I ain't go on tonight instead of just coming on the channel? Hold on. Let me see. Best TV, best movies. Okay, here we go. Oh, is that right? Thank you. Thank you, Erica. Okay, best movies. And we're going to get out of here with this. These are my, if y'all have any other movies that y'all want to talk about, please put it in the comments. These are the ones that made me feel good. I talked about, they left an imprint on me. I thought about them for days after days, and if stuff like that. So that's what it is. Let me go to the bottom. Let me go to the bottom. Okay, we'll go here with the runner up. There was a lot of good movies out here. Okay, it's a lot of good movies, and I didn't want to leave a lot out. And because I didn't do reviews on everything, I did want to touch on a lot of movies. I already talked about Monkey Man. And what I really enjoyed about Monkey Man, these are my honorable mentions, y'all. And Dev Patel, this is his directorial debut. And Jordan Peele actually produced this. So he gave him the money to make this movie. And the movie was fantastic. If you know me, you know I love my revenge movies. Kill Bill is one of my favorite. I Spit on Your Grave is another good one. Companion, we just went to go see that day. Baby, listen, I love me a revenge flick. Okay, so Monkey Man made my list because Dev Patel, with his style, he was very stylistic in how he shot it. I think that he had like there might have been something that was going on in his he's not American. I believe he is either South American or something. He's something. And he's just not from here. And so their culture is very, very different. And My Old Ass. Did y'all see that? Now, this was kind of like a comedy. My Old Ass was really, really good. Like when I watched the trailer, it looked like it was just gonna be like one of those comedies, like a like one of them little coming of age comedies. But it wasn't. It really had a really nice message. The movie was about a older person and a younger person, their older and younger versions of themselves meeting in like a mushroom trip. And the older person was like, I already lived your life and I'm trying to protect you. Almost like how the old woman underneath the tree. I think that's probably why it resonated with me. the old lady sitting underneath the tree, and I'm trying to sit up there and tell you some good shit, and then you sit up here and like, well, you go ahead and live your life the way you want to. However, I'm trying to let you know how it's gonna end up. And I thought it was a really great message, and it was a good time getting to the message. So I'll just leave that there where that is. Check out my old ass. I think it might come on Prime, not sure. Blink Twice. Blink Twice, I wanted to do a review for it. I mentioned it on several lives that I was on. This is Zoe Kravitz movie debut, and coming up on the Diddler, everything that is going on with P. Diddy, Jay-Z, and all the other powerful moguls that are under scrutiny, R. Kelly, you just name them, all of them. What's that? The white guy name? I can't think of his name. Y'all know who he is. But I thought this was a great job, and I feel like this was very timely. I think Zoe Kravitz, with her being in the entertainment industry, y'all know Denise Hustable, Lisa Bonet is her mom, Lenny Kravitz is her father, so she has access to the type of things that are going on or whatever. And so, yeah. That was timely and really, really good. The only thing that I really kind of dinged it for was the pacing. I felt like it was a little repetitive, and I feel like before you get to the twist, a lot of people probably may check out. But y'all keep watching. It's gonna take a turn, and it's gonna take a turn. Right. Yes. Absolutely. The Sound of Hope. Oh my God. That was a tearjerker. Yes, D. It was a tearjerker. I couldn't leave it off. I just knew a lot of people wasn't going to know about it, but it was very inspiring, and oh my God. It was a great movie. Yeah, the tears were trying their best. No, the tears made an appearance, okay, on The Sound of Hope. Y'all make sure y'all check that out. Make sure you watch it when maybe you're not going through too much or whatever. But I mean, it was like it was inspiring, it had the good things or whatever. But yes, Sound of Hope was phenomenal. And just because I don't think a lot of people saw it, that's why I didn't really put it up on the list. And I don't think that I will rewatch it. I just wouldn't. Like, I don't really like to watch movies that kind of make me cry like that. Okay, so Rebel Ridge, y'all. Aaron Pierre, that's Mufasa. Okay. That is when Aaron Pierre made his debut. I believe he played Malcolm X on The Godfather of Harlem. Y'all probably seen him in some things, but I'm telling you, Rebel Ridge is what put him on the map. You remember how I told you how Netflix is hit or miss? Rebel Ridge was hit, especially with the critics. For me, I felt like, I don't know, and it's probably because I was looking at it as a minority. I know how most of the critics that really, oh, well, he could have did this, but he reserved so much restraint. And that was my complaint. My complaint was like, where's all this restraint coming from? I'm gonna need him to turn up. But either way, the movie was good. It put him on the map. He's getting ready to I think he was casted for Green Lantern or something like that. So like he was the craze of January 2024. Aaron Pierre, that's Mufasa. Baby, when I tell you that shit lives rent free in my mind, Aaron Pierre. Okay. Oh my God. Hey, Owen. Thank you for coming. I just talked about The Sound of Hope. When the reason why I actually went to go see it, because they didn't really advertise it all like that. I remember you saying on Twitter that it was your best movie, your best film of 2024. And so yes, I definitely had to make sure, because we are pretty much aligned and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely I am back. I am back. All right, y'all. So Rebel Ridge and Pierre, that's Mufasa. So, okay. So Smile 2, y'all. I enjoy Smile 2. I enjoy Smile 2. Um, I used to be like, I don't like horror movies. I don't like all that. Eventually, if you make yourself watch horror movies, it just kind of like gets you. It kind of like it enwraps you, because it's like stuff that you don't really see. I honestly feel like horror is almost like not good for some people to see, because some people, their insides just don't be right. So that's why I was always scared about horror movies, and I'm like, oh, y'all giving people ideas and all this other stuff or whatever. But anyway, as I started getting to my movie critique, I had started to just kind of get into horror, because you'll see a lot of horror movies up here. And I'm not really the biggest horror person. I used to get made to watch horror movies by my ex-husband. I didn't like it. I just didn't. I didn't like it. I didn't. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. But eventually, when you get a good story and you got a good hook, and I felt like the cinematography for Smile was really good. I thought it was very stylistic. I thought everything that they did, like just the whole concept of Smile 2, was really good. It kind of went off the rails for the ending, but I feel like, okay, where else are we going to go if we're going to end this off at a trilogy? So I felt like it just went where it could naturally go. So I enjoyed it. Like I said, I thought the only thing was my critiques about Smile 2 was there were too many leaps. Like I just didn't understand what was real, what was not real. And I feel like they never made it clear. And I felt like that it was almost, y'all remember that one with the hand talk to me? Like you didn't know what was real and what was not real. And when you start getting into that territory with me with horror films, it kind of loses me a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Right. Always. Like y'all don't want to see a horror movie with me, because I'm always screaming, jumping at the stupidest jump scare. I'm screaming. You know what I'm saying? So it was. I felt like it didn't miss a beat. I felt like it even tried to elevate. And for me, it feels like it might be a hit or miss for some people, but I still felt like it elevated. Like Smile 1, I think what it really did was captivate an audience that like, oh, we haven't seen this before. I mean, we probably seen some derivative things about it, but it felt a little different. And I was like, okay, I always like original horror. And so let's go ahead and delve into that. And then when Smile 2 did just a good enough job, or maybe elevated it, I was like, okay, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. And same thing about Heretic. Heretic was really good. It's a little bit of a slow burn. It's more of an intellectual. You kind of have to like listen to what's going on. You got to understand what's happening. That what is that guy name? I know his name. He play on everything. I know what it is. You don't know. My memory is horrible. Hugh Grant. Hugh Grant is a underrated talent to me. I feel like he can do a little bit of it all, but I really liked him in this because it showcased a little different. Normally I see him play like a tongue-in-cheek type of person in his roles, but I thought this one was really, really smart of him to take this role because it felt like it showcased him a little bit differently. I'm sure he probably played different stuff other than that or whatever, but anyway, enough about that. Check out Heretic. It's like a little religious, cultish type of horror movie, or I would say suspense rather. Yeah, I'll say suspense. I wouldn't say horror. I'll say suspense. A Quiet Place Day One, I felt like it was more the same, but I still wanted to put it on the list because I did kind of enjoy it. But if you watch one and two and then you watch this, you'd be like, yeah, what who asked for this? It didn't tell us nothing. It didn't give us nothing. It was just plain. It was a cash grab. I don't know what y'all think. Was A Quiet Place Day One, was that a cash grab to y'all? Because it felt like a cash grab. Because I felt like number one, number two was very beloved. And I felt like they was like, let's go ahead and get this money, baby. So that's what it felt like to me. I don't know. You let me know. I talked about Abigail in my surprising movies, and we can't forget about Mad Max Furiosa. That was great. The action was great, and let's keep moving forward. Okay. My girl in her villain era. Zendaya, y'all. Y'all enjoy her in her villain era? I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Of course, I like the queer element that was involved. Um, what's his name? Luca Guadagnino. Now, Luca, he is very. You know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of that guy who did Anora. What's the dude who did Anora? His stuff is very specific. Very specific. Like Sean Baker. You don't really see too many movies like, you know, what's something about Florida, the Florida Project, Anora, Tangerine. Their movies are very, very specific and they just stand out for some reason. And I just love seeing I thought the sound design, the tennis matches, oh baby, when I tell you that was hitting, it was doing something. Anora, Mikey Madsen, Sean Baker, like when I put them up against each other, it was for a reason because their movies are very, very specific and they're very, very kind of like grounded to like a certain demographic that has that experience or whatever. And a lot of people try to equate Anora to what's that movie? I could not stand that movie. Um, that chaotic movie. Oh my god, I did a review on it. It was so long ago. Adam Sandler playing it. Adam Sandler played in Uncut Gems. I could not stand Uncut Gems. I could not stand. When I tell you my nerves is not built for a movie like Uncut Gems, but Nora was right up my alley. Like I really could get into a Nora. So, it's like two sides of the spectrum. We got Uncut Gems over here and Nora over here, but I more so prefer Nora. But I'm not comparing it to Uncut Gems. It ain't had nothing on Uncut Gems. I don't rock with Uncut Gems like that. Like I said, my nerves and my anxiety is not built for no movie like Uncut Gems. That's all I can say. But Anora was really, really good. I just thought it was really good. I thought it was very relatable. I thought it was very accessible. It was something that you could really like. Uncut Gems didn't feel like that. It just felt like you was like on the edge of your seat and just like it's white knuckled and all that stuff or whatever. But anyway, not to keep going on about that. But Anora is really good. But y'all make sure don't watch it around kiddies, okay? It's not a kiddie movie. It's not a kiddie movie. And that's all I will say. It's not a kiddie movie, okay? So, all right, what's next? What's next? Not a kiddie movie. Ooh, Alien Romulus, y'all. I just watched that like 2 days ago. It's on Hulu right now if you want to so see it. I have not been this excited about an alien movie and since the Aliens 2 movie. Alien Romulus, the guy who did that, he does a lot of scary stuff. He does a lot of scary stuff. Fede Alvarez. If y'all don't know Fede Alvarez, he does stuff like Don't Breathe, Evil Dead, things like that. Evil Dead and all that stuff. So he is very like he can get the atmosphere, he can do the things that he needs to do. And I felt like he was in his bag with this movie. He was in his motherfucking bag. Baby, the ending, I don't even know, like the visceral, like I already seen it coming. I saw it coming. I saw it. I saw it, y'all. I saw it. But when it actually happened, yeah, I felt like I jumped up out my seat. I was like, what? It was crazy. What I liked about this was the pacing of Alien Romulus. Like there was story there, but I felt like they did a really good job. Like I went back and I watched the very first Alien. I was trying to watch it with my nephews, my cousins, and I was like, "Oh, this is the best sci-fi movie of all time." And we sitting up there watching it, and we just watching it, and we watching it, and we trying to wait for something to happen. I said, "Baby, that doesn't age well." The very first Alien doesn't really age as well as I think Alien Romulus will. Alien Romulus will age well because of the consistent action that is going on. Like I feel like it elevated the face huggers, it elevated everything, like every single element, even going back to Prometheus. Like if y'all you don't have to watch it, but if you saw Prometheus, if you saw all of the older ones, it brought everything full circle into Romulus, and it was great. It was great. It was good to me. Let me see. Oh shit! Can y'all hear me? Damn it! I keep on knocking my damn mic. Hold on, maybe I need to tighten it up. Testing. Okay, I'm still on. Damn. D, when I tell you an entire migraine, like I was so overwhelmed by that. I swear I wanted to leave. I was like, I can't take no more. I can't. Like I was just like, I cannot. I just said I couldn't. I couldn't. Had me hollering. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Yes, come on. That's what I said. We be here. We be here, baby. I'm telling you, it was a surprise. It was great. I love the surprise. I love that Fede Alvarez was able to incorporate all of the pieces of Alien. Well, the best pieces to me. Um, the best pieces because I think who was that guy that did Prometheus? What's that he's really hit or miss, the one who did Prometheus. Ridley Scott. He's well, lately he's been hit or miss. But I feel like we just didn't get the whole story. Like I feel like there was something there, and I feel like there was something that they weren't really explaining, or maybe it was too high art that we just couldn't wrap our minds around it. But I love how they incorporated it because it just kind of like played right back into it. So I just really enjoyed it. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on. Now, this is one of the ones that you got turn your brain off and you just enjoy it for the action and the comedy that what it is. Deadpool Wolverine, I think it injected some much needed energy back into the Marvel universe. Everybody loves Deadpool, including me, of course. But who could deny, Ryan Reynolds and who could do all that? Hugh Jackman, him returning, reprising his role as Wolverine. Who could actually deny that it was not an entertaining movie? And when I say entertaining, just what I mean, entertaining. It's like one of those enjoy it for the performance that what it was, but it's one of those, chew the meat and spit out the bones. Like, okay, there's not much story here. And that was my thing. Like, there's not much story here. Like I said, I'm a very much a Deadpool 1 fan. 2, second, 3, last. But it made my list because I feel like the state of Marvel is kind of like yikey dikey. It's just kind of sad. It's just kind of sad, y'all. I am so sorry the state of Marvel right now. I'm really, really sad about it. But I did enjoy Deadpool and Wolverine. I thought that there was a lot of heart in there, especially when it came to Wolverine and his storyline. But Deadpool was just here for the shits and giggles. I love the cameos. I loved all of that good stuff. So anyway, it made the list. Let's see what's next. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, y'all. Oh, another movie. I feel like movies that you watch in IMAX and Dolby and all that stuff, it really, 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 really adds to the experience. And me seeing that up close and personal, and especially with the relationship that I have with the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, I love the trilogy. I've been trying to venture into, y'all know, Hulu has all of them. All of them, all the way back 30, 40, 50 years or whatever. They got all of them on Hulu, okay? I tried to venture into it and I'm like, yikes. Like, I keep trying. But I really, really did enjoy this one. I actually put this one over the War of the Planet of the Apes, where the one where Caesar died. Spoiler alert. The one where Caesar died or whatever, I didn't really care for that. I thought 1 and 2 were way more superior. I just didn't like to see the downfall of Caesar like that or whatever in War of the Planet of the Apes. But I thought that the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes was absolutely phenomenal. I thought it was really good. I thought that the twists and the turns that they did in order to build out a different and new trilogy was very much so interesting. However, I felt like the people that they the apes, I can't remember the little boy's name or whatever, the little kid name, the one who is like the next Caesar. I don't think that they developed his character and his friend's character enough. Like I felt like they just kind of put us in there and then we just had to kind of go with it. Whereas with the original trilogy with Caesar, we see him as a baby and we kind of grew up with him, and then we kind of got like plop in the middle of this one. But it was still good. The story was good enough that we can still just kind of move it forward. But I felt like my connection to this ape here wasn't as well established as Caesar's character. But nonetheless, I was blown away by the actual story and how it went. Owen said Deadpool and Wolverine was the best that came right since Endgame. Marvel still needs some work. You know, I don't want to say that it's by design, but you know, like sometimes like when you get to the best, you kind of have to pull it back down and then kind of climb the ladder to hit it again. Because I think that's why a lot of people, like, your rappers and your people that keep trying to do different projects and stuff like that, and they feel like, oh, this is my best, and they be real hesitant to go after their best and stuff like that. I feel like it's like a hesitancy. Like there's no way that they could top Endgame. Like Endgame and Infinity War was just absolutely bonkers. Like absolutely bonkers. So, I feel like I'm just like, let's take a downturn, because you remember the Infinity Saga didn't start out the best, but they just kept building, and then it feel like that's what they're trying to do, but it's not coming together for me. I don't. Yes, okay. D says the plot was wafer thin for Deadpool and Wolverine. Let me go ahead and pull that back so people don't think that I'm talking about yes. Also thought the reveal with Wolverine's variant not being able to save X-Men from the Inbreeders by humans was BS. But it was a ride, yes, especially when my boy hit the scene. Yes, we're not gonna give no spoilers. It's spoiler free, but y'all make sure y'all check it out for the cameos, all the good things that happen or whatever. It's definitely worth the watch. So that is definitely what I will say. So I don't know what y'all got to say about Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I wonder how y'all feel about that. Now, this is a movie that a lot of people didn't see. It's a Shudder original. I don't have a subscription to Shudder. However, this movie did make it to the movie theater, and I ended up seeing it, and I thought it was great. It was It was great. It was so captivating, and so it was like very, very, very secluded. It was just on this one stage where this late night talk show host, and they was trying to get these ratings, and then we had this little girl that was possessed by the devil, and they thought that these people could keep them under control and all of the things. And baby, when I tell you, when the shit hit the fan, the shit hit the fan. I thought it was good. The only thing that I really didn't care for was the special effects or what the VFX that was happening, like really at the last end of it. But by that time, I mean, I understand that something had to happen, but I felt like it possibly could have been better. But yeah, when I was looking, I was like, was that the best y'all can do? But yes, everybody did sleep on it. I don't think that it was marketed properly. A lot of movies that aren't marketed properly can be a sleeper and go underneath the radar. But I thought it was, I loved it. D said he enjoyed it, even though I don't think it resonated quite as much as the original trilogy, but I'm excited to see where they go with the next. Right. And I think that is what really like intrigued me is where we're going. Like when I left out, you know how they be ask you, like, you know, the people be standing out there with the pens and pads, like, what did you think? And I was like, when the next one? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, when is the next one? That's what I need to know. When is the next? And I mean, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. When is part two? When is part two? Because when I tell you the twist at the end and how, that's what I need to see. That's what I need to see. What's up, William? I appreciate you coming through here. Appreciate you coming through here. So now this movie shouldn't be as high on the list as I have it. However, I'm gonna give y'all a caveat. I'm gonna tell you, I saw this in a packed theater with a lot of us who are fans of the franchise. And when I tell you we had a goddamn good time in that theater, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm trying to tell you, it was so good. Like y'all know Will Smith's son, Armando. Oh, let me stop. I can't get like that on the TV screen, whatever. But whew, Armando, yes, God. Okay, Armando, and who else we have here? Who else made a big impact? Reggie. Reggie and Armando stole the show. It's Reggie and Armando for me. Will Smith, who? Martin Lawrence, who? It's about Armand and Reggie. Reggie, not so much. Reggie provided the laughs and the surprises, but Armand. And it has some good cameos in there. Tiffany Haddish. Well, I ain't gonna tell y'all everybody if y'all ain't see it. But what I'm trying to tell you is I had a great time. It was a great movie going experience. It's one of them ones. I think it's on Hulu now. It's one of those ones that you can continue to watch and rewatch, and it just makes you feel good every time you watch it or whatever. I really did enjoy it. Really did enjoy it. I think Reggie did his big one on this one. And Armand, he was baby. Armand, he was the shit from the last one for me. It was all about Armand. I'm like, Will Smith, who? Your son? Hey, Will. Really? You said everyone audibly groaned when Tiffany Haddish popped up. Talking about getting her cat a girl. A mess. But I had a good time with it. I was cracking up. I was cracking up. I'm trying to tell you. But that was one of my best theater experiences, and I still rewatch it. And rewatchability does contribute to, like I said, this is not the best. This is not Oscar worthy. This is my list. Y'all get down in the comments and tell me your list. Y'all tell me your list. I feel like a lot of people is not going to agree with me on this one, but guess what? Hopefully my cousins do, because I had a good time with this one. We already talked about Transformers 1. I had a phenomenal time with it. I can't wait to see the next one. And that's just that on that. Now, this is another one. This is another sleeper. Another one that you need to go in blind. Don't have no expectations. Don't watch the trailers. Go in blind. Do y'all see all those 5 stars up there? Not for nothing. Not for nothing. It's really good. Really, really good. I can't say nothing about it. What genre would I put it? Suspense, mystery, thriller. That's what I'll put it in. And that's how I'll leave it. Because I feel like that's the only way you'll probably enjoy this movie. Watch it going in blind. Watch it going in blind. Strange Darling. Watch it blind. All right, y'all. I think this is my number 2. Dune Part 2, y'all. Now, y'all know, if y'all watched my video from the other day, I said Dune Part 2 was snubbed a couple of times. I think Dune Part 2 wasn't snubbed. It was Denis Villeneuve who was snubbed for the director. And I believe it was one other, I want to say editing. This movie was snubbed in the editing category. But surpasses Part 1. And when I tell you Part 1, wasn't nothing to sneeze at. Okay? Nothing to sneeze at. Dune Part 2 was the ish. Fantastic. And what I think people should rewatch Dune 1 and Dune 2 back to back. And what I will tell you is that the way that they proposition the story, I don't think that this is what you think it's going to be. So I am looking forward to Dune Part 3, because I'm just like, yes, flip it on its head. I feel like the story is going to flip it on its head. So just watch it back to back. It feels like it's a whole complete story, even though it's almost going to be like 5 hours. Pace yourself. But watch it all in one sitting. Watch it all at one time. Dune 1, Dune 2. Fantastic. Phenomenal. Watch it. D said, oh, I think this is for Strange Darling. Okay. This was a roller coaster ride for sure. Let me say, this one has the nastiest breakfast scenes I've seen in a long time. Baby, who is cooking their eggs in a whole pound of butter? Mm-mm. Yeah, D. Let me get a little water for that one. Horrible. And what I will say towards the breakfast scene is that why did it have to go on for at least about 10 minutes? That's neither here nor there. That's just a side note for the people who've seen it. Thank you, D Movie Man, for that. Let's see. Y'all make sure you check out Dune 2. That is almost at the top of the list. The Substance. Oh my God. Like I said, y'all, who would thought that, little old me that don't like scary movie. Well, it's not really scary. The Substance isn't scary. It just has some nasty elements. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you a little squeamish, if your stomach just turn and girl, look at the poster. If your stomach turns just a little bit, don't eat. Don't you eat nothing. Don't eat nothing. Don't you get no popcorn. Don't get no soda. Don't get nothing before you eat. Watch The Substance. And that's what I'll say about that. It was a great return to form for Demi Moore. Girl, I got to give you your roses. Demi Moore, she has been off the scene, out of the scene for a long time. And for her to come back like this, and you know, even though the movie was gross and it had its gross elements, I feel like the story really shined at the social commentary that surrounded the movie. The movie was her, Demi Moore. As you know, she's probably maybe 60 or 60 plus, and her being in Hollywood, the same thing that she is going through now. So I love that she was able to come back kind of like in the same predicament that she was in. The reason why she probably was ran out of Hollywood, her coming back to showcase this story, this particular thing, how they try to run older women out of the industry because they hit a certain age. Not that she didn't look good, because Demi Moore is beautiful. She's beautiful at 60, just not saying as she was at 20, but it wasn't like she was 600 pounds. It wasn't like, it wasn't that. But at the same time, we sitting up here like, yeah, no. And I love that, she made her coming back debut in this movie that kind of really resonates with her story and how it's told, and how society treats women who ages out. You know how they always talk about that wall that you hitting? Bitch, does this look like a wall to you? Okay. Listen, they always want to say people hitting a wall and all that good stuff. No, listen. But the negative always seem to seep in more than the positive. Like, she can look at herself in the mirror and all of the negative stuff that she thinks about will seep in, and then it will kind of like become her thoughts. I thought the social commentary on the story was phenomenal. The body horror, that's just a side element or whatever. Some people, if y'all here for that, that's fine. But for me, it was the story and the social commentary of The Substance that really kind of stuck it in like that for me. Okay. Listen, the body horror that shocked me the most, it was the end scene. It was the end scene. It was the drumstick belly button. I mean, I guess, yeah. But that last scene, like, we can't get into it because, like I said, it's spoiler free. But that very, very last scene with the whole, I try not to think about that. I want to stick to the story. I want to stick to the story, but you going pretty good with that. We're going pretty good with that. Hey Tamika, thank you for coming through. I appreciate you, boo. Yes, y'all. Turn on your notifications, subscribe, like all the good things. I'm almost done here, y'all. I think I got one more to go. I do. Wicked. Y'all, I'm sorry. I have not thought about a movie. Even when I watched the stage play, when I went to New York, it was something about the movie that really captured me. And it really stuck with me. I really, really thought that they did this stage play, this story justice. Um, I'm kind of on the fence about them doing part one and part two. I felt like they probably could have done it all at once, but I mean, I'm here for it. But when I tell you the energy, I think it was because I went, it was like a screener. It was, I don't, it was, I think it wasn't like a press screener. I feel like it was a fan event. And when I tell you the fans, the cosplay that was going out, like they pulled out the red carpet. They knew the audience for this movie. And when I tell you that they really like kind of played towards that, and like I said, my son, a lot of like when he get excited about something or whatever, that energy plays off me. That's why a lot of people be like, when you go to film festivals, like you can't really believe the hype, don't believe the hype or whatever, because the energy will jump off of other people onto you, and then you be like, you on rewatch, you be like, oh, was it that good? It'll be like one of those type things, but Wicked holds up. I know I've watched Wicked at least 12 times. 12 times. I think I've seen it like 2 or 3 times in the movie theater, and I just watched it at home like 10 times or whatever. Yes, you better defy gravity. Hello. I loved it. Yes. D say it surpassed every expectation. It did. Like I said, like I saw it. I already saw it. Like when I saw it, I was blown away at Broadway. And I was like, oh, I was like, I never even knew about this take on Wizard of Oz. And I was like, oh, this is really interesting. But baby, when I tell you this movie took it to a whole nother level, I was here for it. Because the musical got criticized. Oh, okay. So that's probably why they're doing a part two, because the musical got criticized. And I almost don't even remember the end of the second act because it was rushed. Like when I'm thinking about what's gonna happen, I'm like, I don't even know for sure what is gonna happen. So there's that. So I think you are right on the money with that. Oh yeah, no, I don't know the songs though. I don't know the songs. Listen, I could barely remember my name sometimes. Talk about some top five songs. You let me know what your top five songs from Wicked is. But I love the number with when the guy came in. That was a really good number where they was all in the schoolhouse and they was just all over the place in the clock and the thing or whatever. And then of course Defying Gravity for sure. And then even though um the first song was really well accepted in the movie, her by herself, it didn't do it for me. But I really like when she played off of Ariana Grande. I mean, Cynthia Erivo, I can't remember what the first song was, but she was like out in the thing. She was out in the field and stuff like that. And people love that song. People love that song. But I really like the one where they were together and they was talking about when they were in the room trying to share and stuff like that. Oh, thank you, Owen. You respect my list. That's the end, y'all. I'm at the number one. No one mourns the wicked, dancing through life. I like What Is This Feeling? That is one of my number one. That's one of my number one. Okay. Define Gravity. Yes. Dancing Through Life. For some reason, I'm thinking that's the one that everyone really applauded at the beginning, where Cynthia Erivo had her solo. I want to say that that was hers, but I'm not quite sure. But yes, yes, yes. Yes. Come on, come on, come on. Yes, I absolutely loved Wicked. Can't wait. It's going to be on my most anticipated list. That's coming out next month. I can look. I said I was going to do my, like, I got to the very end of January. I had to do all of my 2024s tonight. I appreciate y'all so much. 2 hours and 30 minutes, y'all. Thank you so much for sticking in here with me, trying to get through all of my lists. And for 2024, we're going to pick up with the most anticipated because it's late. I'm going to be respectful of your time, and we're going to go ahead and cut it off right now, y'all. I had a great time with you. Make sure if you're catching it on the replay, make sure you share it. Make sure whatever you want to do. Like I said, at least pay the entry fee to my house and hit the like button so I can squeeze my way into the algorithm again, okay? I'm just trying to get back into the algorithm again. I'm trying to do the things. So if y'all can help me do the things, I'll do the things, and we can all just do the things, okay? Okay. Wait, Dancing Through Life is the one, the library with the revolve. Oh, okay. Yeah, I ain't got it all down. I ain't got the soundtrack. I just know what feel good, what felt good, what looked good, what was pleasing to me, and all the good things or whatever. So I appreciate you, D. Thank you so much. I am going to try to stay the course, try to stay positive, remain positive, and just keep on doing the thing. And yeah, and hopefully we'll just grow together. I appreciate you being in the chat, being very interactive. I always enjoy and admire your opinions, your expertise, and all the good things. Owen, thank you for joining me tonight. I appreciate you. I haven't seen you in a long time. Well, I see you on Twitter, of course. Oh yeah, so y'all, if y'all don't follow me, let me put my social media up so you can follow me on my social media, y'all. So my social media, I am on Twitter at Nita Bougie and Boss Lady _ Nita Boo on Instagram. So if I do happen to take a hiatus, I still consistently post on social media because I still have opinions. Whether I can get on this camera and be energetically giving for y'all, don't know. But I always have commentary and something to say on my social media. And sorry, it's just not Nita Diva across everything, but it's not okay. My Cash App is in the top if you want to bless your girl, because like I said, we still squeezing into the algorithm. Okay. And Noah Go Reviews is kind of been on hiatus as well. But go through it because I was very active 2024 and I just wasn't able to keep the same energy. I wasn't able to keep the same energy as it got later, closer to this the Christmas season and what I was going through with my family member and stuff like that. And so yeah, but I was very, very active the beginning of the year, just like I am every year. My channel usually takes a turn around November and then I'm back up around January. So maybe that's what the bullshit is. I don't know. I don't think so, but at the end of the day, thank you for being here. I appreciate you so much. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, y'all.